Welcome, all you bee-loving enthusiasts out there in the world looking for the latest and greatest buzz from Case. Welcome to Baxter's Blades. You're entering the Tiger Pit. Yes, the Honeycomb Bone. Episode 4, The Mini Trapper. Honeycomb Bone Heritage Jig Mini Trapper 6207 stainless steel, April 10th, 2025. This is the same time period I got that really bad copper lock. They must have been spending all their time focusing on kicking the stand and not what they were doing. Look at this really beautiful Case traditional jig Honeycomb Bone Mini Trapper. Now, I have not picked up a mini trapper in quite some time, so I figured why not? Out of all the patterns that this came out in, I was wanting to pick these up before they were gone. After all, I picked up a full-size trapper, mini copper lock, the muskrat, and well, they didn't make a Barlow. They didn't make a full-size copper lock. They did make a sodbuster, but it came out browner than this. I didn't get one. Every one I've seen is browner than that. They are dark. They're almost black. So you can see the contrasting on my show side is nice, beautiful honeycomb traditional jig all right there. The beautiful honey color out to the end with the hafting. Really nice back springs. No gaps. I don't really see any light through there. So very well put together knife. And the blade centering, let's get in there on that. Pretty decent. Not perfect down the center, but that's about as good as Case can get. Maybe a little bit better, but at least it's not rubbing. Boy, I'm just getting a lot of out of focus stuff. I'm even getting too close. There you go. Yes, the mini trapper. Great carries. They come with the awesome half stops, the really cool clip point blade. You can see the laser engraving on the tang there. I really love these blade shapes. I'm sure with sharpening them, there's not much to them. They'll get whittled down to almost nothing, but great half stop and snap. And then you have the spay blade. And what I like about these spay blades is, unlike the full-size trapper, these cant down a bit. You can see this one's got a real blunted nose here, which is kind of what their purpose was. So when you're skinning, you don't puncture, well, when you're spaying, you don't puncture any vital veins or arteries. But when you're skinning, it also will protect the hide from puncturing. No, I can't. I guess you could skin small game with this, right? But yeah, look at the downward cant to that blade. Let's compare it to a full-size trapper, which has this long, slender, straight, which I mentioned it before that the old trappers from the 70s did have a downward cant. And it does look much better. But for some reason, the aesthetics of this spay blade on the mini trapper aren't quite as bad. I don't know. Is it smaller? More proportionate spay blade to the knife? I'm not sure. Got a few sirens going by here. I did notice this right here. It almost looks like a crack, but I can't feel it with my nail. So if it's underneath, it's not near a pin, I don't think it'll spread. But overall, fantastic fit and finish on this. Just a little dark on the pile side and beautiful on the show side. So pins are very flush, shield's very flush. No blade play. Nice snap in the half stop. I have not flushed or cleaned this one at all. Just a teeny hair left right on this one. Nothing really noticeable. Not a hard user. Great half stops. Not gritty at all. Didn't even have to flush this. I think I just have to knock off this burr here, which I'm not sure you can see. When I wipe it with a cloth, you can see the little burr right there, which just means, yeah, I need to run it over a ceramic rod and strop it so I can use it and carry it. Like I said, I do have a lot of mini trappers. I haven't been collecting as many. I generally like to collect the Warncliffe minis. They're just my absolute favorite. But this was pretty reasonable. I think they were in the 60s. I think with my discount, I got it for about, I don't know, $58, which isn't bad considering the prices of case. I got it from Red Hill Cutlery. They do have coupon codes. If you spend over $75, you get 10% off. I think if you spend over 100 or 150, you get 15% off. And you spend over 200, you get 20% off. Well, buy 3 case knives, it's definitely always over $200. So a substantial discount. It's nice to get all of them for about $50 to $8 each. So there's my mini trapper. Let's bust them all out here. We have the mini copper lock I recently just did a video of. This is 3.5 inches closed. This is 3 5/8 inches closed. We have the muskrat, which is, I believe, a 47 frame. So 3 7/8 inch closed, a little bit longer, and then the full size trapper, which would be 4 1/8 inch, just under 4 1/4, 4 1/8. And there's my full family so far. I don't think I'll be getting the peanut. And what else do they have? I don't know, baby butterbean or something like that. I do like all these patterns. I have plenty of full-size trappers. Now I have 7 of these. I don't remember the count I have on my mini trappers, but I do have quite a few. And this is my second muskrat. My other one is a pocket-worn graybone in carbon steel. But you can see that in the open position, the muskrat is by far the biggest knife here. Well, because the blades open up from either end. The minis are fantastic. Everybody's hand shape is different. I won't carry these as my primary. Usually these mini trappers are my secondary. But if I just gone out of town and just want a small pocket knife, I will carry those. Or I'll carry one of these. I have carried, case magic coming into play. I have carried just the muskrat because I do have 2 blades on it. Not too big, not too small. And sometimes that's all you need. I have been carrying a lot of my trappers lately, and sometimes just one knife. So I don't want my pockets full of everything. This is a good big size here, and I have 2 blades. I really like 2 blades. I think it would have been cool if they would have released maybe a 75 Stockman in this. I don't see very many 75 Stockmans. I probably would have gotten an Indian paintbrush in the 75 if they had them. But they are coming out with an olive green saw cut. It has since replaced the crimson saw cut that apparently Case had issues with in the factory. So Red Hill was nice enough to cancel my order and asked me if I wanted a refund or to pick up one of the olive green saw cut. And while I saw them at Blade Show, Texas, and it really wasn't my jam. I'm not really a big green bone fan. And you'd think olive green bone would look really nice. Well, it definitely is nice. It's just not my jam. And it is more green than the old olive green jigged bone, which I have one that I'm going to show. A Stockman coming up. What else is coming? The Ocean Gator Skin, which is limited run, has writing on the blade. They are pricey. The bone and bone jigging look absolutely fantastic, but I don't really like writing on the blade, and I'm not paying a lot just to have a safe clean, though that Barlow is really calling my name. Well, this is it. This is 4 of the Honeycomb bone. You can see how they vary so much in color. Out in the light here, this one doesn't really look as dark. I don't know, is it lightening up since I showed the original video? Or maybe it's just better outside. This side's pretty dark, but then again, not as dark as the Sodbuster Juniors I've seen. They literally are so dark, it just looks like another brown bone with a hint of tan from Case. Well, I already have brown bone and mahogany bone, and a few others that are really dark and you can't see the color to them. But by far, out of all of them, I gotta say, this is my favorite. This Honeycomb bone kind of reminds me of the golden rod. It does have that bright golden color, whereas this might be a little darker, and the jigging is not the same as the golden rod. It's a close color, so I've seen them together at Blade Show. Well, the wind's picking up here. I appreciate you joining me in the Tiger Pit. You all stay sharp, be kind, and take chances. Take care.